I was wondering what your thoughts are on 501c3 churches, specifically Creation Today, but I didn't know that was going to be the question, but my response is that maybe Hannah should direct that to the folks over at Creation Today. But any response from you, sir?
Well, it's a difficult situation because the government has purposely made it difficult. The church has always faced this issue. Same thing in Nazi Germany. Hitler made it very difficult for the real churches to exist without Nazi approval. And so that led to Dietrich Bonhoeffer. There was a split in the German church between the confessing church and the German Christians, I think were the two names. And you can read Dietrich Bonhoeffer's stuff on that. So it's the same thing in China today between the two totally different types of churches. One's called the Three Self, S-E-L-F, and the other is called which is the communist-approved churches. And the other is just the house churches. God decides a church. So I think America is headed for the same split among churches who say, wait a minute, does the government decide what is and is not a church? It's a real touchy question. And so, yeah, I am not the legal expert on that. I'm aware that there's a real problem, and I think we should tread softly, learn the truth. But 501c3 is the government telling you, yes, you are allowed to have a church. That ought to concern people. What are they doing involved in this business at all? Anyway.
Amen.
Paul would be the one to talk. Paul Hansen would be the one to talk to about that. He's really good at it.
Amen.
You're right. 501c3 churches are basically gagged. There was a guy named Peter Kershaw, K-E-R-S-H-A-W, years ago, who wrote a booklet about that. A picture of the pastor on the front with a duct tape over his mouth. When they become 501c3, they agree not to get involved in politics. So I'm not saying they should or shouldn't, but if they make that, they have made a contract. They won't do that, which is the purpose of the contract. CSE has never been a 501c3 corporation. Now, when Eric took over, he did start a 501c3 corporation called GodQuest, and so he is technically silenced. If they could go, make it an issue. But anyway, you mentioned in your letter, you said the ironic thing here is that you rightfully don't see the government's right to curtail your critique of them. But you are ordained by someone or some organization to be a minister. What I'm saying is that no one but God can ordain you as a minister. Interesting concept, but I think you'll see all through history where they do lay hands on. Paul talked to Timothy, I think it's Timothy or Titus, about the laying hands of the presbytery. It's certainly been the church tradition, and even way before that it was the tradition from Moses and Aaron of laying hands on and conferring or ordaining people to be to a ministry, whether it be the gospel ministry, even the deacons in Acts chapter 6, I believe, were ordained. They're chosen for a job. So I don't think that's the point, that then makes you under the government's authority or something like that. That's just simply a church issue. So anyway, I appreciate the letter.